we're gonna do it. Stock options trading, arguably one of the riskiest forms of trading there is. I mean, people have turned like 10 grand into millions with this, or on the other hand, hundreds of thousands of dollars into zero. It's essentially stock market trading on some crazy steroids. We're not talking test boosters, we're talking Dynaball type steroids. Not sure if that analogy makes sense medically, but whatever. Let's roll the vibey intro and dive right in. As you guys know, I've went off into the deep end with the forex trading for the last couple of months as a little side hobby, if you will. Had a great time doing it, but decided it's not the kind of trading I want to do, as I explained in my last video. And although I felt like I made a clear distinction between this, some people took it the wrong way, thought I was saying all investing is a bad idea and that all of it is gambling, when in reality I strictly said in that video that I just don't think guessing where the price of a currency is going to be in the next hour or two is my cup of tea. For me, it just felt a little too gambly. I ended my last video off asking if I should try some stock market options trading instead, and a lot of you guys thought that would be a cool continuation, so we're here. And I really like this idea, since with trading currencies, it's the biggest market in the world. There could be a million different things that could affect the price of a currency, whereas day trading or swing trading the stock of a single company seems to me like it could be a little more predictable. On top of that, I've been doing a lot of long-term stock market type investing for the last few years, and that's been going great. I've been steadily growing my money with that.
Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
All my IRAs and retirement accounts are based around the stock market. To me, it's a very legitimate space. Now, I'm by no means an expert, but I just feel at home with it. Where it's like with Forex, there's so many scams around it. The space is filled with sketchy brokers and Forex accounts looking to steal your money on Instagram. I just personally did not vibe with the atmosphere.
The vibe's off, man.
But as I'm sure you can tell, I'm really excited to get into some stock options trading, which is different from the regular buying and selling of stocks. This is something I've never thoroughly looked into or truly grasped, but I've definitely heard about it from a certain subreddit. So I first want to figure out how this trading stock options thing works, and then we're going to take 10K and go into the live market with it for a week. So hopefully we don't blow it all. Some people assume these videos where I try different trading methods and whatnot pay for themselves if I lose money. But honestly, most of the time they make like 2 or 3 grand off AdSense, which I don't take for granted. I'm thankful for that income, but half of it goes to the tax man. So that 1,500 on a video isn't as exciting when I lose triple or quadruple that in the video. So just know these trading videos come from the heart. But seriously, I'm blessed to have an online business outside of YouTube that can fund this kind of thing, but please be careful if you try yourself. Please only use money you're willing to lose. But my goal for this week with the option trading is going to be to just beat the return I would get if I were to invest the 10K into the S&P 500 ETF, which is a fairly safe, completely passive investment that kind of reflects the overall performance of the market. So if we can beat that with our trading, I'm going to be happy. Now that said, I honestly have never traded options or know how they work, so I'm going to do some research here, and by that I obviously mean watch a couple of YouTube videos, and then the following segment of this video will be me trying to explain how stock options work at a very surface level, just a nutshell type of thing. So big brain, accredited stock options investor Bieheza from the future, take it away. Hey, thanks. Definitely not big brain accredited stock options investor Bieheza here, but I am from the future. I spent a couple of hours at this point watching videos where people explain how stock options work. I'm starting to understand the basics. I'm not proficient enough to thoroughly explain them inside out, so for our purposes, I'm just gonna give enough info so that someone who has never heard of options can follow along with this video. Okay, so options are basically contracts that you can buy, and they give you the option to purchase 100 shares of a stock at a certain price by a certain date, and the price of this contract can go up and down. We're gonna be inside of Robinhood somewhere here, and looking at this Apple stock, for example, now you can purchase 2 types of options. If you think the price is gonna go up, you buy a call option. If you think the stock will go down, you buy a put option. You're paying for the ability to purchase 100 shares at a certain time. So instead of paying 30 grand to purchase 100 shares of Apple at $3.30 per share right now, you can just buy the option to purchase 100 shares at $33 for a week in the future by June 12th. And this option will only cost you $260. Now, if by June 12th, Apple's worth $400 and you have a contract and option to buy 100 shares at $330, well, that contract is going to be worth a lot of money since you can buy Apple stock $70 under the current price of $400, sell it for what it's currently worth, $400, and make crazy profit. But you don't actually have to have the money to buy that many shares. You can just sell your option to do so, so that call option. But let's say by June 12th, Apple is now only worth $200. Well, now, why would you want to exercise the option to purchase it it for 330. You don't want to do that. So you can let your option, your contract expire worthless and you lose $260 that you paid for that option. Now you don't have to wait until the expiration date. You can also just sell your option before the expiration date for a profit or a loss, depending on the stock price and your option's strike price. Not the best explanation, I know, but bottom line, if we buy a call, we're saying the stock is going to go up. If we buy a put, we say the stock is going to go down. And because we're using options, we have the opportunity to make a big profit using a small amount of money, but we are risking having those options expire worthless and losing all of the money we paid for the option. Okay, had to run at max brain capacity for that explanation, but it's currently Sunday right now. We're gonna wake up on Monday tomorrow when the market opens and see what we can do. I do have some trade ideas, but we can get into those at market open tomorrow. See you guys then. Good morning to the best family on YouTube. Okay, I think I might have something here. So as we all know, oil prices completely tanked over the last couple of months, and with those oil prices, the stock price of oil companies also tanked. Now the price has been rising and there has been good news coming out about oil companies, so I think I'm gonna go into this energy company here. At the moment though, it is a penny stock since it's under $5. I'm gonna go with a really small position on this one just to test the waters, if you will. So let's hit trade options here. I'm gonna buy some June 19th. Let's do $2 calls. We're gonna start off light. Given that this is a penny stock, we're only gonna do 4 contracts, which is gonna cost $120. So I'm gonna hit review, swipe up to submit. Okay, whoa. It's been like 10-15 minutes and those oil penny stocks contracts that we bought are currently up by 50%. Are you kidding me? How do I sell them? View, hold on. Okay, check this out. We bought 4 of those $2 calls for a total of $120. And then we just sold those 4 contracts for $180, which means we made $60 profit on a $120 investment, which are 50% returns.
Nice.
After this absolute masterpiece of a trade that definitely was not pure luck, we went into a call position on Roku, which somehow got us another $45 profit. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm an artist, and stock options are my canvas, baby.
Welcome. I'm certainly glad you could join me today. Thought today we'd just do a fan.
Jokes aside, that's another dub, so we're 2 for 2 at this point. I'm excited. This is a whole lot of fun, and we're doing good so far.
Bro, I'm straight up having a good time.
So we were off to a great start there. I followed up by finessing a little Apple trade for $30 profit, and then a trade on stock ticker CGC that resulted in $103 profit, at which point I just called it a day. Next morning, I actually joined some stock options newsletters and discords that kind of talk about trade ideas and news about companies, but I did 2 trades that day, one on Pepsi, which ended with a $45 profit, and one on Microsoft, which I actually held overnight and sold the next morning for a profit of $185. Now day 3 was honestly kind of crazy. I shorted a stock for the first time by buying puts on ticker TSM, $18 profit on that one, 96 profit on a cruise line trade, 52 on Boeing, 45 on CDX, 118 on Visa, and then I had a trade on ticker CRWD that I left overnight, woke up with it being down by like $450, but it ended up bouncing back and I walked away with a $50 profit on that one. And then on the last day, day 4, which is today, markets were pretty red. I didn't do too much trading. I shorted the S&P 500 and that actually got us $110 profit. But I will say I have some more cruise line calls from day 3 that I haven't closed yet, and those are hovering around 258 in the red. So although I haven't closed those positions since they still have like a month to run and I have good reasons to think that they'll bounce back, I will count it as a loss for this video, which brings our total profit to $699. That's like a 7% gain for the week. Really happy with that, but did we outperform the S&P 500 for the week? That we did. If we would have invested the same 10K in the S&P 500, which I did on a paper trading account on Monday, we would surprisingly be down $469 for the week. So I'd say this video was a great success.
Great success.
My opinion on options trading after trying it out, I really like it. It's a lot more interesting for me to trade these, and although it ended up working out well for us in this video, do not be fooled. I had positions that were down by like hundreds, but I did some dollar cost averaging in those situations and the price went up, so I walked away profitable on most of the trades this week. But stock options are very risky and can make you lose a ton of money. So I probably won't be actively day trading options full time. We honestly got pretty lucky this week, and on top of that, very few people out there can actually profitably trade these long term. But I'm really glad I learned about options, and I can actually see myself definitely swing trading them here or there when I'm expecting news to come out about certain companies or when Elon Musk tweets something. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Peace.